Kyle Austin, Mike Griffith from MLive&apos here at Spartans Stadium, the Tom and Lupe Izzo Family Media Center. Here to talk some football. Mark D'Antonio's first weekly press conference of the season ahead of a Friday night trip to Western Michigan. And Mike, saw the depth chart today for the first time.
Right.
We talked to Mark D'Antonio. We talked to some players. What are some of the biggest things you took away?
Well, Mark D'Antonio said that there would be this would be a new beginning, but there would also be no guarantees. Obviously, some high expectations with MSU ranked number 5 in the preseason poll, coming off back-to-back top 5 finishes. But he said that there are long memories here, so I don't know if he's remembering the loss to Central Michigan in 2009 or if he's referring to Mike Hart being the running backs coach for Western Michigan. But D'Antonio still with a little bit of an edge. And then the depth chart question. I was a little surprised to see Riley Bulla back deep as a kick returner, although Riley's back there to block. But still, you just know that eventually Riley's going to run a kick back.
Yeah, and that'll be fun when it happens. But, you know, if that's your biggest surprise in the depth chart,
wouldn't you say? I mean, everything else was kind of like we thought it was.
No, it really was. You know, you look at the money linebacker position, the one vacated by Ed Davis's injury. It's the only or that they have at the top of the depth chart, which is John Reschke and Chris Fry. So it sounds like we'll see both of them. No real starter there yet. And the running back rotation is kind of what's been implied throughout camp. You know, it sounds like Madre London really kind of ran away with that late in camp. And he will get the first carry 2015, but it sounds like we'll see 3, maybe even 4 players.
Yeah, we could, you know, and then you look at the secondary, the cornerback spot. Vontae Copeland, the redshirt freshman, he was named a starter last week, and he's held that on the final depth chart. But really, Kyle, when we look at the back 7, whether it be the linebackers, Drake Martinez, a guy who's not a starter, but we think will play, whether it's the linebackers or the secondary, you're going to see a lot of guys playing because MSU's going to do a lot of rotation because both Western Michigan and Oregon are no-huddle, up-tempo offenses, and MSU's plan to combat that is to go really deep at linebacker secondary. And I heard today 12 defensive linemen are going to play against Western Michigan. So you're going to see a lot of depth from Michigan State in these opening games.
Yeah, and you know, another thing that interested me today is just the atmosphere that they're expecting on Friday. You know, I think most people say, oh, they're going to a MAC school, they're a Big Ten school, they're going to run them. But I'm from Kalamazoo. I've been to that stadium a bunch of times, and that is going to be a very, very important big deal for them at Waldo Stadium. And I think players know that there might only be 30,000 people there compared to, you know, 70,000 here or 100,000 at some places they play. But I think they're expecting quite an atmosphere from that team. Frankly, you know, one of the biggest games that's ever going to happen at that stadium.
Yeah, P.J. Fleck, the Western Michigan coach, hasn't been shy about saying that this could be the most historic night in Kalamazoo history. And, you know, that's a sign to Michigan State. If he's saying that, it's not because he's thinking his team's going to lose.
Right.
And he did say after the last game that he expected Western Michigan to beat Michigan State in East Lansing in 2013. So the Spartans have reason to be fired up. The players are taking that as a challenge. Imagine that, MSU playing the chip on the shoulder card. Mark D'Antonio said it doesn't matter to him if it's full, it's going to be loud. And he expects there to be a lot of green there. What do you think, Kyle? Do you think there'll be a partisan MSU crowd, or do you think it'll be mixed?
I think we'll see more green than brown. Frankly, I think that there's a lot of Michigan State fans in town. I think even Michigan State fans realize what a kind of unique thing it is for them to play in that venue. So I think we'll see more green than brown. But either way, it's going to be a loud situation. I think people are going to be surprised at just kind of how electric things are on Friday night. But that'll wrap things up here from Spartan Stadium. For Kyle Austin and Mike Griffith, we'll see you on Friday night from Waldo Stadium.